You are not going to believe what just happened at Talladega. A YouTuber with a goofy nickname with zero business being up front at the biggest, most dangerous superspeedway in America came within 1/10 of a second of beating every professional driver on the track, and if we are being brutally honest, he probably should have won. This is the unbelievable story of Talladega 2026, where chaos, destiny, and pure racing madness collided, and trust me, this one changes everything on Saturday, April 25th, 2026. The ARCA Menard Series rode into Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama for the Alabama manufacturer. Housing 240 cars took the green flag, most of them had polished racing resumes. One of them was Garrett Mitchell, but you probably know him better as Cleetus McFarland driving the number 34 Mustang Dark Horse. And what happened over the next 76 laps, in his own words, the greatest race I've ever been a part of in my life, then in classic Cleetus fashion, he added, "That is the most fun I have ever had with my clothes on. Yeah, that is the guy." Before we even talk about the race, you need to understand how strange this whole situation really is. And NASCAR does not even know what to call him on the official entry list. Garrett Mitchell on the Fox broadcast, Cleetus McFarland, two names. One, driver, millions of YouTube subscribers watching his every move and every time someone sticks a microphone in his face. Entire sport kind of holds its breath waiting to hear what wild thing he might say next. His road to Talladega was not smooth. Earlier this year, he made his truck series debut at Daytona, 6 laps, and he crash finished 37th. Then, April 4th, Rockingham, his oily series debut with Richard Childress racing in the number 33. Started 35th, finished 32nd, spun on lap 4, saved. It spun again on lap 206. That time it stuck, but here's what people forget. That same day, same track, he ran the ARCA East race. Finished 4th, so the talent, it was there. Still, NASCAR was not convinced. They told him he needed more experience in lower divisions before they would approve him for Orly Series Superspeedway races. In fact, he was supposed to run the Orly race at Talladega after ARCA approval denied no superspeedway clearance. So this RCA race was his only shot, one opportunity, one stage, one chance to prove everyone wrong. And he did not come alone. His longtime friend and fellow YouTuber Squirrel McNutrio name George Siciliano was also in the field. The two had built toward this moment together, a real-life shake and bake setup at the biggest superspeedway in a NASCAR. But for Cleetus, there was something even deeper. He wanted this win for his late friend, NASCAR Cup Series legend Greg Biffle. That motivation, it was riding with him all day. The race started clean. Ruggiero led from the pole. Cleetus rode off 20th deep in the pack, but within just a handful of laps, he was already inside the top 10, then settled into 7th quietly, calmly, methodically. First 30 laps stayed green until Allie Owens crashed in the tri-oval. Then came the competition caution at lap 38, and suddenly Cleetus was running second right behind Ruggiero. Over the radio, his team coached him through restart strategy, how to time it, how to maybe steal the lead. Cleetus responded in the most Cleetus way possible. I love nothing more than a good old drag race. And then it happened on the restart. He banged doors with Ruggiero, got a massive push from Daniel Dye, and launched to the front for the first time in his ARCA career. Cleetus McFarland was leading at Talladega. Crowd erupted. Ruggiero took it back on the next restart, but drifted too high. Cleetus shot back underneath, reclaimed it. Another 2-car crash brought out a caution over the radio. Cleetus said, "How freaking lucky am I?" Then more quietly, "I wish Biff was here." Then things got messy while pushing with Jake Finch locked to his bumper. Cleetus accidentally turned him. Finch spun miraculously. The race stayed green. Cleetus dropped back to 5th. Isabella Robusto took the lead, and then the big one with about 18 laps to go contact triggered. Absolute chaos. Cars stacked up, metal, twisted, smoke everywhere. Cleetus barely squeezed through, but one of the cars destroyed belonged to Squirrel McNutt. His best friend was done. Red flag long cleanup. Then another crash under caution dragged it out even more. When they finally restarted, it was a 1-lap shootout. Robusto led Ruggiero and Kimmel behind her both, carrying damage. Cleetus restarted 4th, 1 lap. That was it, green flag. Ruggiero faded. Kimmel grabbed the lead briefly, could not hold it. Then Cleetus and Gus Dean split, Kimmel one high, one low. They came out of turn 4 side by side. They made contact, beating and banging at 190 miles per hour in those split seconds. While they were fighting each other, Andy Yankowiak swept around the outside, stole it. Margin of victory 0.11 seconds. Gus Dean, third. Robusto, fourth. Ruggiero, fifth. Now here is where it gets emotional. Andy Yankowiak is not some superstar. He is an occasional pizza delivery driver. This was his 48th RK start, his first career win. He had grinded for years, even ran his own team before KLA's Motorsports picked him up. He did not even know he won. I thought there was one more lap, he said. Radio. Static chaos everywhere. He just stayed on the throttle. When it hit him, he broke down, climbed out wearing a green bandana, dedicated the win to his best friend, Steve Mendoza. This one is for my best friend. I love him. I know he is home watching. He called himself the luckiest guy in the world. Back to Cleetus after the race. He replayed the final corner, looking at it. I feel like I needed to back up just a smidge. A dut not leave enough room. We started beating on each other, and Andy got the W. Congrats to him. He thanked his team, Rick Jones racing spotter Kevin Hamlin, and honestly, even in defeat, he looked like a guy who just won the lottery, because someone who started 20th, who was told he was not ready, who was denied superspeedway approval, just let laps survive the big one and finished second at Talladega. Here is why this matters. In NASCAR said he needed seasoning after this performance. That argument just got a lot weaker. Second place at the most chaotic superspeedway in stock car racing is not luck, it is skill, it is racecraft, it is composure. Fans are going to demand he gets cleared for more Orly Series superspeedway race, and eventually NASCAR is going to have to say yes, RCA. Now takes a week off. They return May 8th at Watkins Glen for the General Tire 101st road course of the season, green flag at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on FS2 and the Fox Sports app. But Talladega 2026 already cemented a YouTuber, a pizza delivery driver, a green bandana, the big one, and a finish decided by less than the blink of an eye. This was not just a race. This was a statement. And if you love raw, real NASCAR stories like this, you are in the right place. This is Boomdogo. We are just getting started.